The Incredibly Incredible Aerodynamics of a Kitten. A story poem, by her mother, Beverly Callahan Williams. Once upon a time, there was a tiny young kitten. This kitten's name was Attie May. And all around the hall she was noted for a thing. For the height she'd jump when she would play. One day, when the sun was bright and all the birds flew high, Miss Attie May thought, "Oh, I am so very rare. I bet if neither man nor beast steps in, I might fly, I just might, among the birds." So with little fanfare, she leapt into the air. With the greatest of easiness, she sailed past the barn and on past the pond while the fishies stared, then over the mountain. Yikes! She flew like a bird and never she thought once to be scared. "This is great," she declared, swishing furiously her tail, and she squealed, "I'm flying high, and even higher." Then all the birds that flew by her were amazed she was so light, because a thing like this was to be admired. By the by, Attie May grew tired of all the sights to see, and decided it was time to go home. But curiously, she was far away and lost in the wood, for even the birds had left her alone. So into a tree she landed, and she climbed to the ground. The world was monumental, with silence all around. She simply must find her cabin, where Mother was making fish cakes. For Attie May was hungry and her belly aching. That smell? Yes, the glorious smell would indubitably take her nose there. So into the breeze she threw her nose and sniffed a big sniff, and smelled far and wide the woodsy air, and headed that way, very slowly. Along the rustling leaves her pensive paws made a patter, for the trees were lurking wide and far. But Attie May made quick her path, for quick she thought to be. She did not want to see no frightful bears. Now whatever you think she saw ahead, you might be right, or you might be wrong. For no one would ever guess at what happened next. As Attie hurried along, a small bird plummeted from the sky and landed on little Attie May's back. "What's this? Whatever on earth?" And Attie giggled, for the bird was a duck named Louise, and it quacked. Louise had a look of great terror in her eyes, waddling fast as duck feet can, heading along a beeline down the mountain toward the pond, with her wings held rigidly in full span. So Attie raced behind Louise, following like kith and kin. For at this moment, Louise was her only friend. There betwixt the boulder and the girls lay a dark lizard. He was waiting for bugs but quickly scurried off. Scaling the boulder seemed easy for Attie, so Miss Louise climbed aloft. Up and over, then down to the ground, the pair were on their way. As Louise took the lead through the great underbrush, Attie mused, "What an adventure! What a fantastic day!" And as they neared the bottom and the yard was just in sight, the smell of fish cakes drifted on the air. Attie looked at Louise, and Louise quacked a quack. Then turned she and jumped, and took her wings quite free, and Attie waved happily, "Goodbye, Louise."